Okay, so I'll never tell you to match energy. I'm not gonna say that. I feel like when people tell you to match energy, it ends up being like on some toxic stuff, which I would never promote. I won't say to match people's energy, but I will say to watch for people's reciprocity. Now, what do I mean by that? When you get into friendships and relationships with people, if you start off being the one doing everything, I mean, you're the one who's making the plans, the majority of the time you're paying, inviting them to come over, and you're cooking or you're supplying dinner, and you're bringing gifts over to their house, and you're doing the most. You're doing the most in the beginning, and you're not giving the other person a chance to reciprocate anything that you're doing. I'm telling you right now, you're setting yourself up for disaster. You're setting that relationship dynamic up to be a simply you giving and that person simply taking from you. You're going to create a one-sided relationship, and after a while you're going to feel drained, and maybe it doesn't happen right away, but you're going to start to notice, man, I'm really giving a lot to this connection. I'm giving a lot of energy to this relationship. I don't think I'm really getting anything back. And this is not at all about keeping score. I want to make sure that I'm clear about that. This is not about keeping score of what you do versus what they do. This is not about that. This is about balance. And I think when you start relationships and friendships and you don't have a stopping point of your giving, you're setting the relationship and that friendship up for failure. You're setting yourself up to be drained. You're setting yourself up to be simply a giver, and you're setting that other person up to be a taker. Understand this. Not everybody who starts off a relationship or a friendship being a taker means to just simply be a taker. I don't think a lot of times people are paying attention. Just when you start the relationship off that way, you've just kind of set the tone, right? So I wouldn't say that every person that you get involved with or that you begin being friends with, that they mean to just simply be a taker. Now, some people, and I know some, just really want to be around for the fishes and the loaves, is what my grandmother would say. But that is not everybody. There are some people that you may meet and you start doing everything in the beginning before you ever even see, like, are they willing to pour back into you? A lot of people just end up going with the flow. And really, can you blame them? You've essentially set the tone for that relationship and that connection. And the tone that you set is, I'll do all the work. You just sit back. I'll do all the work. You just sit back. You just sit back and look pretty. I don't think anybody wants to be in a one-sided relationship, a one-sided friendship. Everybody wants to feel valued. Everybody wants to feel like the other person is just as interested and just as invested in the relationship as they are. So it's all right to do nice things for people. It's all right to show up in a certain way, especially when you're first meeting somebody. You want them to know that, hey, I'm a good person. Like, I'm somebody you'd want to be connected to. If you're one of those people who has a give spirit and you don't really know when to, say when, you got to set some boundaries for yourself. And you got to set those boundaries before you meet people, especially in relationships. I know people who are givers to their core. And when they meet somebody that they really like, especially in a romantic sense, they just give until they have nothing left, not even for themselves. From one giver to another, set boundaries, know when to say when, and give other people the opportunity to show up for you and to pour back into you.